Hey guys, this is Colin from Blackjack Apprenticeship, and in just a quick minute, I'm going to teach you the two most valuable playing deviations you can learn as a card counter. All right, so if you want to beat Blackjack as a card counter, hopefully you know that you have to master basic strategy. That's the foundation of card counting. Then the running count, and then your true count conversion so that you can bet properly. And then the last step is playing deviations. I know that can feel overwhelming. You've already learned basic strategy. You've learned how to keep the count. You've got all these numbers in your head, and now you have to learn this other chart. I remember that when I taught myself as a card counter, and I felt totally overwhelmed by this chart. And I have people ask me, Colin, do I really need to learn playing deviations? Well, yeah, I really encourage it because 20 to 40% of your edge as a card counter comes from playing deviations. But I'm gonna share a quick secret with you, and that's that two playing deviations are the most valuable ones on the entire chart, and you can learn these deviations in 1 minute. So here's what they are. The first playing deviation is insurance. So when the dealer has an ace up and they offer, would you like to buy insurance? It's just this simple. If you have a true 3 or higher on a shoe game, you are always going to buy insurance. If you have below a true 3, you're never going to buy insurance. And it does not matter what your hand is. You could have a 16, you could have a 12. That doesn't matter. Insurance is actually a side bet that is, you're betting on whether the dealer is going to have a blackjack or not. So it's really that simple. It's the most valuable deviation on the chart. True 3 or higher, buy insurance. Below true 3, never buy insurance. So the second most valuable deviation on the entire chart is 16 against a 10. So if you can surrender, you're always going to surrender. But if you can't surrender, a 16 against a 10 basic strategy says to hit. Well, if you have any positive running count, it doesn't matter what your true count is. If it's just a positive running count, you will always stay on a 16 against a 10. If it's a running 0 or negative, you're always going to hit a 16 against a 10. Just using those two deviations, insurance at true 3 and above, and staying on a 16 against a 10, that's going to increase your EV by 5 to 10% as a card counter. Just start with those. You probably can remember those because I've already repeated them a few times. Use them, and as soon as you feel comfortable with those, learn 5 more deviations. Just start with the splits and then attack one part of the chart at a time. So if you want to beat the casino, you need to give yourself as much of an edge as you can. Use these deviations, starting with these two most valuable ones, to beat the casino, take their money, and enjoy all the fruits of being a successful card counter.